Welcome to Huacachina, our next stop here in Peru. It's famous for being the little oasis in the middle of the desert, and it is absolutely beautiful. We are Jordan and Soph. After living in Alaska for 3 years, we decided to quit our jobs to travel internationally for a full year, which has brought us here to Peru. From the coastal deserts to the Andes Mountains, this country is filled with diverse landscapes and rich history that we are excited to explore.
We just made it to Huacachina and we slept so hard on the bus from Caracas to here. I think all this traveling here in Peru has really made us tired. So the Airbnb we are at tonight is almost like a backpacker's resort hotel. So there's a lot of hammocks and we found a nice little platform where you can lay out. There's pillows on it. It's super comfortable. But now after resting for just a little bit longer, we're gonna head into the town and start checking it out. So we grabbed some lunch or supper. I don't really know. Our food schedule has been all kinds of screwed up ever since we left Minnesota, to be honest. We just kind of eat when we're hungry or eat when we can. But now we're making our way up to the top of a dune.
Hiking.
Hiking in the sand. So far, honestly, kind of feels like we're just walking along a beach, but instead we have to go up like 500 feet.
So it's a really big workout.
Leg day for sure.
Leg day. Big mountain of sand in front of us.
How was your getting ready experience?
So I unplugged my straightener and got electrocuted on my pinky. So that was scary.
But you're okay.
And I might have cried because I got so scared that I just been electrocuted, but I'm okay.
We're good. We're gonna try not to get electrocuted from now on. But it wasn't the first time we've had issues. At our Airbnb in Lima, I tried to plug in a converter / a wall plug thing. And that thing definitely shot down a fireball when I tried to plug it in. And now it smells fried. So I'm pretty sure we fried that thing, unfortunately. I'm gonna put this down because I'm just gonna be on a breath for the next I don't know, 20-30 minutes.
Here we go.
What me and Sophia are on is definitely a little path that other people have used. So that's kind of nice. We kind of know what direction to go. Pretty easy to follow. We see another couple of people though, and they kind of look like they're just straight sending it up the hill, up the sand dune. And I've done that on mountains before, and that's certainly never the choice. The trail is always so much easier. Otherwise you just exert so much energy trying to go straight up rather than doing more of a switchback. Whew, leg day. Approximately a third of the way up. Still pretty heavily on a breath. But it's good to know that we're a third of the way up, because at least we can do it. I can do this. Just cardio leg day. Just what I love. Except for not at all. Yo, we just made it to the top. Woo. This is crazy. So what I didn't realize is that Huacachina is really just a small part of a much larger city. It's called the city of Ica, I believe. And the city looks huge, especially compared to the little town or the oasis of Huacachina. hike up here was definitely worth it. I've just been like having so much fun just like jacking around up here. It feels like the world's biggest sandbox. Like this desert is like legit sand. It's not like some rock desert like in Arizona, but this is like super soft sand. It's so nice to sit in and just play in. I was even able to get the drone up. As I was trying to fly the drone though, I realized I forgot to put a SD card in it, so I was trying to land it, and then when I was trying to land it, since it's so sandy here, I was just trying to land it on my backpack, and then it like slipped off, and I tried catching it, and then like it cut up my fingers, but finally managed to get the drone back up, got some sick drone shots. We've had such a great time up here just watching the sunset and the dune buggies tear around and the sand waters going down and paragliding. There's just so much going on here. Back in Alaska, we had, you know, like ski towns or snow towns or whatever. Here in Peru, they definitely have their desert towns where everyone's just out having fun in the dune buggy or sandboarding or whatever they choose.
There's some moments in travel that are really hard, whether it be moldy curtains in your Airbnb or getting food poisoning or just the stress of figuring out all of the logistics. But then I feel like there are moments like this that make it all worth it, and you just soak it in. It makes all the stress, all the headache, all the discomfort worth it. Have these experiences that you'll remember for a lifetime. So when you do have those moments, sometimes you just have to take it in and cherish it. So it's the next morning. We just packed up all of our stuff and we're heading to hop on the Peru bus because we have a big day ahead of us. First, we're going to a vineyard where we get to see how Pisco is made, which is the national drink here. And then we get to go see the Nazca Lines, which are the lines that are highly debated whether aliens did it or some ancient people groups.
Definitely aliens, but it's fun.
So we're gonna go see those today and go hop on the bus.
Al centro, adentro, salud, salud, excelente, and the meaning is simple.
So we just finished up with our wine tour. We got to learn about how wine is grown and produced in this area where the soil is very dry and it's really hot, which makes for a lot of great grape varieties, it turns out, that the Spaniards brought over. So we got to try tons of different wines. They were absolutely delicious. I was pretty blown away. It was the best wine I've ever tasted. The first one we had was mixed with a Spanish grape, and I don't know exactly what it was, but it was so good. So I definitely want to find that at some point to get. And then we also tried a fig wine that was absolutely delicious. And then of course Pisco, which is the national drink. It's a clear color because of the way that they produce it and distill it, and it was strong. It has a 40% alcohol content, and usually it's mixed with a Pisco sour. So that was not my favorite at all, but we did a little try of it. And next we will be heading over to Nazca Lines. The next morning, we finally made it here to Arequipa after doing the overnight bus, which I got a couple of hours of sleep on. But yesterday was so cool seeing the Nazca Lines, which they say aliens did not do. The Nazca people did, but that's up for debate. Unfortunately, the lizard that we saw, its tail was cut in half by a road. So the road was going down it, lizard on one side, the rest of its tail on the other. But we're now here in the city. We're gonna check it out, so make sure to subscribe so that you can follow along on the rest of our Peru adventure.